Spinning top. The motion of the spinning top is a rotatory motion, and at the same time, it moves in a parabolic curvilinear motion. The angle between the axis of rotation and the azimuthal axis keeps on increasing during its precession, and the point of the center of gravity of the spinning top directs outward from the line of symmetry. The precession of the top is faster before the top touches the ground, decreasing its spin angular velocity. Hitting the marble. Marble is a small circular-shaped metallic or a glass ball. On hitting the marble, it will accelerate in a rotational motion, moving in a straight path in a rectilinear motion. A round object, when displaced from its place, will rotate at the same time, covering the path in a straight line. Dancing. A dancer moves his hand and legs while dancing, performing different steps and motions, hence it is a simple example of a multiple motion. A dancer uses muscular force and the potential energy driven from the stored chemical potential energy to utilize during the performance. Riding a bicycle. The bicycle can move in a rectilinear motion, circular motion, and curvilinear motion with the support of the two rotating tires in a circular motion. To ride a bicycle, the muscular force is required to paddle the cycle to push the cycle ahead, keeping the momentum and giving velocity to the bicycle to move. Walking in a moving train. If you are walking in a moving train, your speed is in reference to the speed of the train and your direction of walking. Here we can have multiple motions. Driving a car. A car in motion is moving in its path. At the same time, there is a circular and rotational motion of the tires of the car. If the car is moving on a circular track, then the motions in a picture is the circular motion and the rotational motion. If the car is in a straight path, then the motion of the car is a rectilinear motion, and the rotational motion of the tires. Roller coaster. Roller coasters have different path trajectories. We can have rectilinear motion, circular motion, curvilinear motion, etc. The energy keeps on varying from kinetic to potential and potential to kinetic energy frequently during the flight on the coaster. Dancing in a bus. A bus moving in a rectilinear motion, and at the same time a person dancing in a bus is moving in reference to the speed of the bus and performing different motions, is an example of the multiple motions. Clock in a car. A clock is an example of a uniform circular motion. A clock in an accelerating car is an example of multiple motions. The clock will move with respect to the motion of a car moving in a rectilinear motion or a circular motion and its uniform centripetal motion. Tires of the vehicle in motion. Any vehicle moving in its rectilinear or circular motion is due to the circular and rotator motion of its tires. Any moving object showing both translations as well as longitudinal motion is associated with multiple motions. Jogging. This activity is also an example of multiple motions. The person jogging will move forward in a straight path or a circular motion depending upon the track, and at the same time performing the muscular movement of the body to run forward. Bowling ball. Upon throwing the bowling ball will spin towards the target in a spinning and rotational motion, hitting the target and moving in a rectilinear motion. The momentum of the bowling ball depends upon the mass. The greater the mass of the ball, the more it will gain momentum based on the force applied while throwing the ball towards the target. Horse riding. Horse riding is based on the third law of motion and the rectilinear motion of the riding horse. The person sitting on the back of the horse exerts pressure on the back of the horse equal to the force felt in contrary from the horse. The person's body accelerates up and down at the same time, moving along with the riding horse. Trolley. The trolley moves in a rectilinear motion, but the wheels of the trolley moves in a centripetal as well as a rectilinear motion. The wheels of a trolley make it easy to carry a heavy load from one place to another. Oceanic waves. The oceanic waves are an example of longitudinal as well as transverse motion. The molecules of the water on the surface oscillate up and down, giving a wavy appearance. The oceanic waves hitting the shoreline come and return back to the ocean at every time interval. Doing exercise using a gym ball. Performing exercises with a gym ball involves multiple motions like the muscular movements of the body and the bouncing motion of the air-filled ball. There is an oscillatory motion due to the bouncing ball, whereby acting the third law of motion on imposing the weight over it. At the same time, our body is performing various motions using the ball. Skating. Skater has wheels below the shoes which rotate and push the body forward in a rectilinear motion. If you increase the number of wheels beneath the shoes, then the rotational speed of the wheels will increase as the pressure of the body felt on each will be distributed among more wheels attached, and the person will move forward with more speed. Cricket ball. A cricket ball on hitting moves in a projectile motion and rotational motion simultaneously. The ball spins continuously in the air with variation in the energy and the path of projection. Fan. The fan rotates in a centripetal motion, rotating at an axis fixed at one point, contributing to the rotational motion. If you hold a paper near the fan, it will incline in a plane due to the force of a wind blowing in the upward and downward direction of the paper. The wind motion is in a rectilinear motion at some path. Bouncing ball and moving forward. A bouncing ball is in an oscillatory motion and in a transverse motion while it is moving forward. The ball bounces as some energy and its momentum are conserved. The potential energy acquired by the ball is converted back to the kinetic energy upon bouncing back on the ground, and hence it rises up in the air again. A coin tossed. A coin toss will rotate in an axis and move upward till its entire energy is converted into the potential energy and return down back following the same straight path. A coin is moving in rotational as well as rectilinear motion. Billiard ball. A billiard ball moves in a rotational motion as well as the rectilinear motion on the board upon hitting. Hence, billiard ball is also an example of the multiple motions. Drawing water from the well. While drawing water from a well using a pulley, there is a continuous hand movement and the pulley moves in a centripetal motion. The acceleration of the pulley depends upon the friction between the surface of the pulley and the rope based on the speed of hand motion. Drilling. A drilling machine is used to make a hole in the objects. The drilling rod moves in a rotational motion while it moves within the object in a linear motion. It has a curved metallic work on the drill to remove the object particles from the hole formed on drilling through it. Frequently asked questions. What is a multiple motion? The word multiple implies more than one. An object that possesses two or more motions at a time while doing work is called multiple motion. Is paddling of a car an example of multiple motion? The paddling car accelerates by paddling the wheels. The paddling is a circular motion while the motion of the car is a rectilinear motion, hence it is an example of multiple motion. Please visit our website lambdageeks.com for more articles on technology, engineering, mathematics, and various other domains. Scientific calculator and many more other tools.